live. And I don't think I can mess the microphones up this time because I'm using a cooler and better system. How you feeling, buddy?
Let's go, Casey. Half the episode got cut off last time, buddy.
Stop it. I don't want to fucking hear it. You know, what's sad too is one of the only picks I won last week was not even in the episode because I was muted while I gave it. It's my best bet of the week too. It's my best bet of the week. Actually, Titans were my best bet of the week. Bang, best bet banger. Best bet banger, banged it home. Although neither of us can be bragging this week. What's happening right now?
Casey, I'm off the bucket hat. I'm back onto picks. I got too cute with it. I got way too cute. What I got? 1-8.
Yeah. Although you see it in your record there. You got your first tie on the board. That's kind of nice, right? Doesn't it? Were you like a little jealous that I had that little 1 in my record and you were like kind of hoping that you would eventually get like a little tie in the tie column?
I needed it, Casey. I absolutely needed it. Makes the calculations a little easier for me.
I mean, you should have got a W there because I got saved on that Bucks-Rams final. That was a backdoor cover, I suppose you could say.
You could call it that.
Feels weird to say backdoor cover in the NFL.
Casey.
What?
This is one of the biggest big brain plays I've ever made in my entire life. I love the Arizona Cardinals so much that I was going to sell 6 points and take them at -9.5. My idiot brain bought 6 points on the wrong team, and I bet the Seattle Seahawks -3.5. And there you go, buddy. That's all you need to do.
This is a real story. You put in the wrong side.
What do you do? I was gonna cash it out immediately, and I was thinking, hey, you gotta roll with it, right? You put it in wrong, you gotta roll with it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's destiny at that. I'm a little bummed that you didn't tell me because I would have been like, yeah, it's gonna hit now. I would have known right away. I would have immediately bet the other side. Who cares? That team's falling apart. I don't think we don't have them on our slate we're going through today. That team is falling apart at the seams. If it wasn't for the Colts, that team would be the biggest laughingstock in the NFL right now. But the Colts have fortunately taken that crown from them. Another team that we won't be. There's 3 teams right now that I will not bet on the rest of the season. That is the Colts, the Cardinals, and the Saints. I just can't figure the Saints out. That was weird. It makes sense. The Ravens were such an easy bet. That was so the right pick. I'm so mad at myself. I'm thinking too hard. This year, I think that's my problem. And I decided to go back to when we were really good is when we were rocking our jerseys every week. So I decided to go back to Jersey Week this week. You know who I got on here?
You got Casey Drake on there.
You're fucking right, I do. This is Casey Drake, Tunkhannock High School days. That's who we're wearing this week. You know why? Because this jersey didn't win that much in high school, so it's due. All right? I think I maybe won 6 games total out of 30 in my 3-year high school career. So this jersey's due for a couple W's. Let's hope we can get them on the board this week. You know, it's really strange. And I have kind of a question for you off the top here. Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers both seem like they are bad now, right? Do you agree with me? They're just like bad quarterbacks.
Casey, Aaron Rodgers, yeah, I'll give it to you 100%. That 4th quarter drive by Tom Brady, absolutely carving up the Rams defense. Casey, I'm not going to lie, but I was crying a little bit.
Shedding a couple tears.
My heart started sweating a little bit, buddy. That was absolutely beautiful. Tony Romo called it perfect. Middle of the field's going to be open, get a big chunk of yards, and that's when the drive started. That was incredible. Tom Brady's a bust, though. Yeah, complete bomb at this point.
He is. He's awful, and Aaron Rodgers is bad. So I wanted to ask you, and I know you're kind of like a quarterback guru, some people call you, in terms of like the way you pick your spots. I mean, you knew Jameis was going to be good again after the Bucks. Nobody saw that coming. You knew Mitch Trubisky was a solid backup quarterback play. You knew that all along. So I'm curious, like now, if you had to pick amongst all the quarterbacks in the NFL now and put together, let's say top 5, you get to pick any guy to try and go win a Super Bowl with your team this year. Who are you taking? Now, go ahead.
I was going to say you left out my biggest miss of all times. I thought Sam Darnold was absolutely going to light it up with the Carolina Panthers last year. He was my guy. I took their win total. I took about every future you could possibly take on the Carolina Panthers last year. Turns out he stinks.
Awful.
Stinks.
So bad. So bad. And you missed on that after he was already a bust. You got busted twice by Sam Darnold.
Boom.
Bust. So I think top two's got to be Mahomes, Allen, right?
I got Mahomes 1.
All right. I agree. I think Josh Allen is really good and he's really explosive, but he has some stinkers, right? He has some stinkers every now and then that you're like, what happened to Josh Allen in that game? Pat Mahomes, on the other hand, doesn't ever have a stinker. His team does. That guy never lays an egg.
Casey, you took away Tyreek Hill. Look what Tua is doing with just Tyreek Hill and Waddle. Look what he's doing. Juju Smith-Schuster is either number 1. Mecole Hardman. These are guys that aren't even.
My
would not be relevant.
My favorite order at McDonald's, the Juju McSchuster.
Yeah, they wouldn't even be relevant if we were saying they were on the Tennessee Titans right now. Wouldn't even be relevant wide receivers. Mahomes make them look like superstars. He's got to be number 1. Has to be number 1 at this point.
All right, Mahomes is number 1. I agree with you. Are you putting Josh Allen at 2 or no? It sounds like you're not.
Guy I just mentioned, Casey. I got Tua at 2.
I don't think that's a bad pick. I think he's been lights out this year. The fact that Dolphins team was 0-3 without him and has won every single game with him, kind of a testament to him. I think it's way too high. I think he's in a good system this year. He makes my top 5. My number 2 is Josh Allen, for sure. My number 3, who I think it's kind of a damn shame you left him off or you put him below Tua because I think he's just a better version of Tua, is Hurts. I've been a Hurts guy since day 1. You know that, buddy. Day 1 that he started starting, I was like, this guy's the future.
Casey, it's the same thing you said about Tua, the system.
He's just
Jalen Hurts is in a good system, buddy. You could throw anybody as quarterback that's starting in the NFL now, or Mitch Trubisky. And I think they're maybe not undefeated. Or Jameis. Jameis would be undefeated on that team. What are you talking about? He can sling the ball. He can sling the rock. Yeah, good call.
Yeah, because you were naming non-starters that would also be on. I wanted to make sure you didn't miss that one.
Flipped it in my brain. Yeah, I appreciate it. He is a non-starter.
He's right now, unfortunately. So I have Mahomes, Allen, Hurts. That's my top 3. Who's your third? Right now you're Mahomes, Tua,
Jackson. Lamar Jackson. He's coming to play this year. I know it's a contract year and he's probably playing a little bit better than he is. He doesn't really have a ton of weapons around him either, but he's lighting up the scoreboard. That Monday Night Football game, buddy, they dusted the Saints. And a lot of that was coming from Jackson.
I think he's a fold in the playoffs guy. I think he's talented. He's going to sell you jerseys. He's going to win you football games. He's going to put up numbers and highlight reels for you. Sure, maybe if you're an NFL owner, you take Lamar because you know that he's going to do that for you. You're not taking Lamar Jackson if you're actually trying to win a Super Bowl.
Casey, I lived in Baltimore. My man sells the jerseys.
Yeah, he does.
Just about all of them Baltimoreans are down there running around with their Lamar jerseys on. It's unbelievable. And hey, listen, hand up. At the beginning of the year, I had Tua and Jackson probably in my bottom 5. I thought they were the 2 worst quarterbacks in the league.
Wow.
You got to watch football, Casey, with your eyes, buddy. Stop with your heart. Watch it with your eyes. Think a little bit when you're watching. Jackson is carving up defenses.
All right, 4 or 5.
Kyler Murray. He's fun. Casey, he's fun, buddy. There's nothing better than watching them down by 7. Nothing better. Down by 7. Kyler Murray, offensive line breaks down in 0.0 seconds. Kyler Murray just scrambling around back there. I absolutely love that.
He's a lot of fun.
Weapons.
Did you hear what Collinsworth said on the Chiefs game about like if you were to draft players for a game of tag?
Oh.
That's an interesting hypothetical. Kyler Murray is up there when it comes to tag. I just don't think he's that good of a football player personally.
He's 1 of 1 when it comes to tag. Kyler Murray, Case, you watch second half of the year, he's going to step it up.
All right, who's your 5?
Jordan Burroughs. Jordan Burroughs coming into my 5.
Joe Burrows.
Jordan Burroughs.
I actually, oh, yeah, like the wrestler.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm so confused. Are you actually drafting the Olympic gold medal wrestler here, or
Taking the Cincinnati Bengals quarterback.
You just rocked my world, because I was like, Jordan Burroughs. Why do I know that name? I was like, but something's wrong about that. It's not Jordan Burroughs. What is his name again? Yeah, Joe Burrow. Okay. I think the reason I like that pick is because he's been there before. You know what I mean? He's been there before. He knows what it's like to go to a Super Bowl. I think the experience of a Super Bowl matters a lot. So that's why I like that pick if we're talking specifically the Super Bowl hypothetical. Also, I just want to note, you do have 2 AFC North quarterbacks on your list.
Casey, Jacoby Brissett just was right on the outside, just couldn't peek in. And we know
Pickett's too young. Yeah, he's just too young. He's just too young. He'll get there. All right, I got Mahomes, Allen, Hurts. And then I think after that, buddy, I think I'm going to take Justin Herbert. I love Justin Herbert. I love him. He can sling it, bro, and he could read a defense. Love a guy that can read a defense. And my 5th pick, you're crazy if you're not taking Daniel Jones right now. Daniel Jones is on fire. He's showing that he can play if given the right coaching. Daniel Jones is going to be a future Hall of Famer. So that's my top 5.
Casey, you're just trying to get clicks on the video.
Come on.
You don't actually believe Daniel Jones is a top 5 quarterback.
Would I be the kind of guy to do something for clicks?
Clicks.
Where does Kirk Cousins fall into your top 5 at all?
He was 6. Honestly, back and forth with him and Burrows.
All right, we'll get to the games because I have some comments on Kirk Cousins, and we're going to get to that game today. We're going to start, first of all, new graphic alert. Bang. We're going to start in Germany. We've got the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Tampa Bay Bucks. Bucks are -3 here, and the over-under on the game is at 44.5. Again, games in Germany, first ever game that's going to be in Germany. And I'm going to let you kick things off here. We got a comment. Yeah, Daniel Jones, poop. Listen, that's from an I know that guy. That's an Eagles fan. That's a classic Eagles fan comment. I know that guy. Poop. He is not poop. Also, if you were watching long enough there, Donald, I gave your guy Hurts my number 3 on my list. All right. You're lucky that he even beat out Daniel Jones. All right. So Seahawks at Bucks. Who do you like here?
Casey, I already told you this story, buddy. Bet the wrong side, bet the right side. The Seattle Seahawks have been public favorites every week. Vegas is absolutely giving them nothing. Vegas has them as dogs in this game. Take Seattle money line. I'm just going to keep doing it every single game. Pete Carroll is smarter than Todd Bowles. He just is. He's a better schemer, game planner, everything. Give me Seattle money line. That's the easiest pick of my life, Casey.
You know what? You also forgot one of your favorite storylines in the NFL. Sleepy Tom. This man is going through a divorce, trying to gain custody of his children probably, and now you're making him fly to Germany. He's going to be like the most pissed off employee of all time. He's probably walking around his house being, I don't get paid enough for this shit. Like classic old man vibes. There's nobody that wants to fly to Germany to play a football game less than Tom Brady. Pete Carroll, on the other hand, and that Seattle Seahawks team, there's no stars on that team. There's nobody that thinks they're bigger than the team. They're going to be gassed up. They're going to be like it's like going on a boys trip to Germany for them. They're going to be like having fun. They're like, they got that team unity. So I'm with you. I'm also on the Seahawks. I'm going to take them +3 here. I like the points. I think Vegas is giving you the points. You should take them. You might as well take them. So I like the Seahawks with the points here. Listen, I'll tell you this. If the game wasn't in Germany, I'd put my best bet tag on it. That's how confident I am with this pick. I've got a little bit of a stat here for you. Pete Carroll. Now, he's never played overseas, but when going from Seattle to the East Coast, which is a time difference there, decent amount of time difference, 25, 15, and 3 against the spread. 25, 15, and 3. The Seahawks team they're good. They're just good, dude. I told you, we still don't know what Ovi OVOA and DVOA means, right? Did you look into that? Yeah, we got no idea. Yeah, neither do I. So we still don't know what that means, but the Seahawks are really high in it for both.
They score points, Casey.
And they
scoring points.
And they stop teams from scoring points. They're just like a really good football team, which is crazy. Isn't that crazy?
Casey, you take a bad apple out of that group, buddy. They shine. Herschel Walker, what an absolute steal.
I love that you
freak.
I love you in names. Kenneth Walker. But Herschel Walker is also a good football player. Also a great football player in history. We've got a request from the audience. Do we want to take it quick here in between games?
Let's jump it.
All right, we got a request from our buddy Matt Fay here. Can you give me the sloppiest player prop parlay? What do you got anything? And we'll do London game since we're on the London game. I think sloppiness. I love Kenneth Walker's over. I don't even know what it's at. Take Kenneth Walker over in yards because it's probably going to be low given that it's the Bucs. I got a little sneak here for you. Take Kenneth Walker over receiving yards. Parlay that with Geno Smith over in rushing yards. And parlay that with Tyler Lockett to score a touchdown.
Boom.
That's the parlay, Matt Fay. There it is, buddy.
Matt Fay running a marathon last week, too.
Yeah, congrats, buddy. Congrats. He's the first one to ever run the New York City Marathon. Did you know that? Ever. First one to ever do it.
Take Kenneth Walker's over yards, too. You ran, he's going to run for you. I love it.
Bucs are good on run D, though.
Doesn't matter. Matt Fay ran it. Here. They're going to run it. Take it. Add it.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. You ran the marathon. So is Kenneth Walker. Might as well throw Leonard Fournette's over on rushing yards in there, too. That's actually good. We'll call it the Matt Fay New York City Marathon parlay. Kenneth Walker over rushing yards. Leonard Fournette over rushing yards. Geno Smith over rushing yards. And Tom Brady over rushing yards.
Boom.
Next game of the week. What a wild parlay that would be. I'm actually going to put that in this week now. I have to put that in. Next game of the week, we have got the Detroit Lions heading into Chicago with this new Chicago Bears offense kind of fucking blowing up here. The Bears are -3 at home. It's a division matchup, of course. And the over-under is at 48.5 points. I'm going to start here. Again, I mentioned it on the last game. I still don't know what DVOA means or what OVO or any of these VOAs mean. It's like this brand new football thing. But the Lions and the Bears are both bottom 6 in DVOA against both the run and the pass. The Lions games this season are averaging 52.8 points being scored, and the Bears games in their last 5 are averaging 52.4 points being scored. Take the over, brother. Over 48.5 is such a lock in this game. It is the biggest lock of all time.
Casey, I got the under, buddy.
No, you don't.
I'm on the under, Casey.
Are you kidding me? How?
Listen, the Bears are the 23rd team in scoring points. The Lions are the 12th team in scoring points in the league. It's just not going to be a high-scoring game. Both teams are going to be able to find the run. Obviously, you got the two-headed monster, DeAndre Swift.
Yeah, everyone knows that backfield as the two-headed monster. You got the two-headed monster, Jamal Williams and DeAndre Swift, two of the best running backs.
Casey, outside of Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb, who has a better backfield? Najee Harris and Warren?
Cowboys. Tony Pollard, Zeke Elliott. But it's a good point. It's definitely a good point.
Casey,
maybe the Packers.
They're going to run the ball. They can only score 15 points against the Packers. What do you think they're going to score against the Bears?
That Packers defense is good. I just told you the Bears and the Lions defense are bottom 6 in DVOA. What do you not know what DVOA means?
Casey, that means absolutely nothing to me, buddy. I'm looking at two-headed monsters in the backfield. I'm looking at Justin Fields run the ball 15 times a game.
Set records. Michael Vick couldn't do it.
Casey, under. Best bet of the week. I gotta do it. I gotta do it for the listeners. Might as well take the over now. I'm putting this as my best bet of the week. The under 48.5. 48.5 is a lot of points.
Best bet? Hold on. Let me change your graphic. You're sure? Now is a chance. You can go back before I put, but I'm publishing it.
Best bet.
Oh no, it's up there now. Fuck, dude. I hate that pick. I hate that pick so much. I don't even want to make the over my best bet, but like now you're like making me want to make it my best bet. That's your grossest pick you've ever made.
Casey, I love that pick. They're gonna show it on Red Zone 4 times, maybe the whole afternoon. The whole time they're not showing it, Casey. It's gonna be sweet, sweet joy, buddy.
See, I think it's gonna be the game that they keep being like, oh, by the way, we missed this touchdown in the Bears game. Here's another touchdown and another touchdown and then another touchdown. That's what's going to happen in that one.
Find out Sunday, buddy.
All right, our next game of the week. I'm pretty excited for this one. I'm a little bummed about the Josh Allen injury and what that might do to this game. But otherwise, two of the top dogs in the NFL. We got the Vikings taking on the Bills. The game's in Buffalo. Buffalo is -3.5. Over under is at 43.5. Again, Josh Allen injury kind of still up in the air. Have you read into that at all? Did you see anything? Is McDermott leaning one way or the other? Any news there?
Casey, it seems like he's going to play from my understanding of it. Does that mean I believe it? No. I think I'm trying to unload him right now in my fantasy league. Trying to get rid of him. Same exact surgery, I believe, as a Tommy John in baseball, if I'm not mistaken.
He has to get surgery and he's going to play?
No, if you were to get surgery.
Got ya.
Be the same as the Tommy John. Give me the Bills, though. Casey, 3.5 points. The Vikings. I mean, what are we talking about? The freaking Vikings, dude. I like the Bills. Public dogs, too. They're 32%. Wait to bet this game. Put this game in Sunday, maybe right around 11 o'clock. You might get them down to 3. Save yourself a half a point. I don't care who's playing quarterback. I think Case Keenum can still get it done for this team. I just like the Bills. They got weapons, Casey. They got a defense, Casey.
Listen.
They're still better than Kirk Cousins.
I like you, and I like that pick, and I like your logic. I like that you said wait, because I do think if you wait this out, this line is just the line's moved already from 5.5, I think. It keeps going towards the Bills because of the Josh Allen stuff. So if you want the Bills, definitely wait. I, on the other hand, am telling you, if you are watching this show right now live, you can go get this at 3.5, and you should, because it shouldn't be 3.5. It should be lower. Josh Allen's not healthy. I think if Josh Allen plays, he's not going to be the same Josh Allen. He's probably trying to like gut through it because he is that kind of guy. But that elbow, that Tommy John, whatever stuff, ligaments, tendons, that stuff like lingers. That's with you for a while. I'm actually concerned about Josh for long-term here. I don't think he should play. I think it's unsafe. So I like the Vikings. I only like them at this number, though. If it gets too much lower than this, it would actually scare me a little bit. But I like him at 3.5 here. You saw Kirk Cousins on that plane with the top popped off and his chains, and he's doing his little, dance. You know what it's like? The Vikings are like reverse Remember the Titans right now. Where Remember the Titans? It was like, we're all racist white guys, so we don't want the black guys to play on our team. And they came together and they're like, we're family. I think it's the other way around, where the black guys were like, we've got this nerdy ass white, couldn't be a bigger nerd in the entire world as our quarterback and our leader. Like, this sucks. And now, they're slowly warming up to him, and they're giving him his chains, and they're like, Kirk, pop the top off. This is how you dance, Kirk. And they're teaching him all their fun little hanging with the boys things and how to not be a nerd. This team's coming together. They haven't looked great, but this team is coming together. And it's weird because Justin Jefferson's looked bad. Dalvin Cook's looked bad. The whole team pretty much has looked bad. They're 7-1. That's all I got to say about it. They're 7-1. So take the Vikings now while you can get them at this number, because it's going the other way. Next game of the week. We're heading to Miami. This exciting Dolphins team and this Cleveland Browns team that I'm very confused about and don't know how to feel about. We got the Browns at the Dolphins. Spread here is 3.5. Dolphins are favorites -3.5 at home. The over-under is 48.5. I'll let you take this one first.
Casey, I have conflict in this game. I originally had the Dolphins written down. Guaranteed Dolphins 3.5, easiest bet of all times. And then, Tua does not lose, right? Then I'm looking at their scores, Casey. The Steelers by 6, the Lions by 4, the Bears by 3. When is this team going to cover a game? When are they going to cover a game, Casey?
They haven't been covering.
And they've
been favorites.
Right, they've been favorites, but they're not covering, Casey. This game's in Miami. They're due to cover, Casey. Give me the Dolphins. They are due to cover. I absolutely love the Dolphins in this spot. Waddle, Hill, Wilson now. He's running the ball. Mostert. They got guys. They got guys with big names, and they're scoring points, Casey. I love it. I love this pick.
I don't know why. I also love the way McDaniel is just going and getting his guys from something. I love when coaches do that. Do you like when coaches? I don't know why, it's weird, but I like when coaches are like, yeah, they're like, no, I know I got my guys. I know who my guys are. And Mostert and Jeff Wilson are really fucking good. And I know that personally. So I went and got my guys. I think that's sick. Right.
Yeah. 100%.
So that makes me confident in him as a coach. I also he's a pothead.
McDaniels, yes.
Yeah. So obviously I like him. Yeah.
It's like you playing Madden, just trading all your favorite, force feeding the computer to trade your favorite players. You're just sitting there.
Yeah,
big
exactly.
Bag of Doritos.
Yeah. Yeah. Playing Madden and I'm the Giants, but I just get all the favorite players on my team. Yeah. I do a fantasy draft and get all my favorite players on my team. I also love the Dolphins here. I'm shocked at the spread. I'm shocked at it. It's like we're still judging the Dolphins for the 3 games that they played without their starting quarterback. And we're still thinking about the Browns for that team that barely beat one of the shittiest teams in the league, the Steelers. So this spread doesn't make any sense to me, especially given that the game's in Miami. What's going on here? Do you think we're falling into a trap?
Other than the fact that there's not covering games, it's the only thing that worries me, but they're due, Casey. I think I already put my best bet. I already said best bet, so I'm not going to re-best bet it, but.
Yeah, you would never put out 2 best bets, right?
Yeah, it's probably my best bet of the week, though. Dolphins are going to crush them.
I do. I like that as well. I like that as a best bet. I'm showing your pick on the screen because I don't think I showed it yet. I'm also on the Dolphins. Not my best bet yet. My best bet. Where's my best bet?
Got to come up with one on the fly, huh, Case?
I'm trying to. I can't remember. Screw you. I can't remember if I was supposed to do my best bet on the Seahawks. Did I say the Seahawks are my best bet?
No best bet yet, Case. How do you?
Seahawks are my best bet of the week. Seahawks are my best bet. I must have missed that.
Fair.
I mean, Tom Brady going into fucking, all that shit I said about this. Seahawks are my best bet of the week.
Perfect. Casey, by the way, I took a shot at you there. I said you had a big bag of Doritos sitting on your chest. It's probably carrots, buddy. It's probably carrots. Look out, you're looking skinny, dude. You're looking thin, bro.
Thanks, dude. Listen, I wasn't going to talk about it. I wasn't going to bring it up, but I'm glad you did. I used to eat a lot of Doritos. So my aunts used to tell me, they were like, oh, you were so cute when you were little. Just always had your fingers all covered in cheese. Thanks, Mom. I wonder how I am the way I am now, Ma. With a crippling addiction to snacks.
20 years later, nothing changes.
Nothing changes.
Other than layer Doritos on your fingers got washed off a couple of times.
The only reason that the Dolphins aren't my best bet and the Seahawks are is because of how confident I am in the Dolphins. It's a little scary how confident I am. Yeah. And dogs have been barking this year, so I'd prefer to make a dog my best bet. All right, next game. Cowboys at Green Bay, heading into Lambeau, the frozen tundra. Cowboys are favorites here, minus 5 points. Packers, dogs at home, plus 5. Over-unders 43. It's a 4 p.m. game. You go first.
Casey, I love the Cowboys. They got the two-headed monster in the backfield.
Yep. Now I'll take it. Now I'll
Perfect.
take it. Yeah.
Although
That's a two-headed monster. Nobody's fucking looking at Detroit and being like, oh, shit, man. Jamal Williams and DeAndre Swift. I don't know.
That's a gritty backfield, though, Casey. I don't know about Zeke, but Tony Pollard can run the damn ball. I can tell you that. Listen, the Packers are on a 5-game losing streak, and they're losing to teams that are not even that good, Casey. Dropping a game to the Commanders and the Lions. Come on. Getting absolutely pumped by the Bills. Ugh. This Packers team is in desperate need of a win, and they're not getting one this week against Cowboys. Cowboys are stout. I like the Cowboys. I could see the Cowboys as a Super Bowl team this year. I could see them knocking off the Eagles. It depends on how the next game goes between the two, but I think they might knock off the Eagles in the NFC Championship game. Jerry Jones going for his first Super Bowl. Give me the Cowboys.
With the minus 5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to take the money line there. That'd be crazy value. All right. Buddy, I've put, I think, my life savings on the Packers for, I don't know, ever since they played the Giants. Pretty much ever since the Giants beat the Packers, I kept saying to myself and saying publicly on this show, the Giants are just good. And everyone thinks the Packers are bad because the Giants beat them. But the Packers are okay. They have to be okay. They're the Packers. I've been saying that week after week after week. And they just keep not only losing, but getting destroyed by these teams. Just like you said, getting embarrassed by that Lions game wasn't even close. I mean, sure, the score was close, although they did throw 3 red zone interceptions. So Packers should have won that game. Man, I can't believe I'm doing it. I'm plugging my nose and I'm going to do it again. I'm taking the Packers plus 5. Oh my God, does it stink though, dude? I'm like, I'm going to throw up because of how bad it smells, actually. I want to get it. I don't even like looking at it on the screen. I think the guy, it's got to hit eventually. I can't get off them now. Not when they're finally plus 5. I've been taking them when they're fucking minus 10.5 still, and they haven't hit. And now I have to ride them. So
Casey, Micah Parsons is going to be in the backfield all day. I'm going to say his name wrong, but so is DeMarcus Lawrence.
Let's go.
Come on.
Let's go. You fucking nailed that, dude.
Got one.
You fucking nailed that. You know, it's because you thought you were going to say it wrong. You're like, when you try, you can. You just, most of the time, you're like, I don't need that part of my brain. You're like, what do I use that for? I agree with you, but I think that Packers defense is good too. I think this is a low scoring, kind of like the under here too, but it's so low, I'm not going to take it. But I think this is a low scoring, slug it out game. Cowboys win by 3, maybe. All right, Sunday Night Football special. This is a weird one as well. There's a lot of injuries at play in this game as well. We got the Chargers heading into San Francisco. The 49ers, surprisingly enough to me, are minus 7 in this game. And the over-under is at 45.5. I know there's a lot of injuries. Like, I think both the Bosa brothers might not be playing. I don't think that matters that much here. I'm stunned that the Chargers are plus 7. And I don't know how to react to it. I can't decide. I'm still right now trying to decide if I fall in the trap and take the Chargers, or if I go against it and I just take the 49ers, even though I really don't think they're going to cover 7.
Casey, the public is on the Chargers. 49ers only at 38%.
Well, does that mean you're taking the 49ers? You don't want to do it either.
Casey, I'm doing it, buddy. Kyle Shanahan is 1-4 off a bye in his career. I do not care. The Chargers are so freaking bad, Casey. The Chargers are so bad.
Are you mad at them? Have you lost on them a lot this year or something?
They're legitimately bad. Keenan Allen, play a freaking game, buddy. Get
seriously,
healthy,
seriously, play a fucking game.
Please play a game. Mike Williams out too. Play a game. Who's Palmer's your number one wide receiver?
He had a pretty good week last week. But yeah, I mean, they got a lot of injuries. They got a lot of injury woes going on. I think you're mad at them for other bets that you've placed. I think you're letting that get in the way a little bit of your clean brain here, if you will.
Casey, they're a bottom 10 team to me. They're trash. No, you know what it is, Casey? I buy the hype. For the past 2 years, I bought the hype. They stink. Staley stinks. They got players. Get them on the field and make them play. I think it's their training staff must just suck. Look what they did to Tyrod Taylor. Get these guys on the freaking field, Casey.
Yeah. All right. I'm glad I made you go first. I'm taking the Chargers +7. I just kind of want to go against you a little bit here. I think in reality, we did this last week. We should actually start establishing what they're going to be. I think I'm going to take a teaser here, Chargers in the under potentially. I just don't think dude, think about both of these teams. You got Jimmy G and these San Francisco 49ers to win by 7 points. That's not how they win games. They don't win big like that. They win close games. So I think if you bought this up 3.5 and you bought the over up 3.5, you take the under and you buy the total up 3.5. So that would be Chargers +10.5, under 48.5.
Casey, you can buy 6 points. I think it'd still be pretty much even.
Be like an even money bet. Is that usually, do you buy enough points to make it even money, or do you try and juice your odds a little bit there?
No, I'll try to get it to even money.
Just about +100 roughly?
Yeah.
That's a lot. So you buy quite a bit of points, huh?
It's been working.
Yeah. It has been. Yep. Yeah. As poor as our records on this show might appear, we kind of crush in these little bets that we decide to take off of the show. It's very annoying, honestly. I'm perfectly even. I don't know how I've gone from up 1 billion wins to perfectly even, but I am somehow. Actually, I do know how. It's the fucking Packers. That's how. The goddamn Packers are how that's happened. All right, we're up against each other in that one. That's a perfect little teaser spot, though, with that number being so high. Why do you think that number's that high? They're just bad?
Bad. Casey, they're bad.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, last game of the week, Monday Night Football, and then we will see if we have anybody who wants to call in here. I did drop, if you guys are sitting in the stream, I dropped the link to call in, or it's really a video call in. I dropped it in the chat. So if you guys want to call in, the link is there. Click it and we will pop you on the show for your best bet. Our last game of the week, Monday Night Football, Washington Commanders at the Philadelphia Eagles, a little NFC beast matchup here. Eagles undefeated still. They're at -10.5 favorites here at home. Little expected, I would say. Over under in the game's at 43.5. That's a little low from what I thought it would be. What are you taking here?
Casey, you said it, buddy. I'm taking the over. Heineke's good for 14 points. The Eagles are good for 30 points. I mean, right there, you got yourself the over. They give me the over. I don't know. This is one of the easiest bets of all time. I don't care about the primetime unders. This game's going over.
Yeah, well, it's another one that I feel like we're getting tricked on somehow. I feel like it's a trick. It's another one that I might tease with my pick because I'm going to take the Commanders plus 10.5. I love the Commanders with Taylor Heineke. They should have beat the Vikings outright. They blew that one. Commanders defense and this defensive line starting to get hot. Let's not forget that the Commanders have drafted the best defensive lineman in the draft, pretty much 4 drafts in a row. So at some point, these guys should be pretty good. Is Chase Young out for the year? I feel like that name
he just never plays.
He just vanished, right? That name just vanished from existing.
Casey, they show him on the sideline every game.
Yeah, and they're like, hey, here's that guy who was the best college football player ever on the sideline.
Yeah.
So I've been riding my birds all year. I think this is a spot where the Eagles overlook the Commanders a little bit. 10.5. And yeah, I also like teasing that under down because if you're going to cover 10.5, you're going to hit that number as well because the Eagles they're going to score. So the only way the Commanders are covering 10.5 here is if they're able to do it. If they're able to score with the Eagles a little bit.
Yep.
What just happened there? What just happened there with your lighting? Are you checking your stats? I saw that.
I'm lit up with monitors, buddy. Monitor went down.
We just had a monitor go down. Classic. Any final notes to end the show here? If any callers want to jump in, now would be the time. Link is in the chat if you do want to jump in. I have a feeling everybody's going to be a little bit too nervous to actually jump in and give us a pick on any of these games because, let's be honest, it takes a lot of balls to get out there the way that we do.
Matt Fay still in the chat?
Matt Fay, you still in the chat, brother? I don't know. He would have to chat in. If you're in the chat, chat in. Why, you got a sloppy toppy prop for him? You just want to say what's up?
I want to see what his prop of the week is.
Seriously, I want to, stop coming to us for our picks. We need some picks from you guys. We're not doing great. All right. So next week, I hope to see some fucking callers in here because I need a pick or two. Also, I have a plan. Every caller that calls in, I'm going to track their record personally, each individual caller. So if you start calling in and you call in every week, you bet your ass we're going to see if you actually have a good record or not. So don't think you could just call into this show and hide behind a Twitter egg and be like, oh, this guy's so stupid and dumb. You know what my friend said about you, Manny?
What did I say?
Said, I like Manny. I think he's funny, but his picks suck.
That's fair.
Where are they now? Where are they now? That's all I'm going to say. Where are they now?
27, 34, and 1.
Hey, they don't know about your secret teasers. All right, Daniel Jones, 5th best quarterback in the quick recap. Daniel Jones, 5th best quarterback in the NFL. The Seahawks are a good team. The Bears and the Lions either are really good at offense or really bad at offense. We still don't know. The Bills suck. Is that what we decided? We were opposites on that game. Trying to remember any big broad strokes to take away from this game. Oh, probably the biggest stroke of all time. Chargers suck, apparently, according to you. Bottom 5 team in the NFL.
Bottom 5.
Crazy. That's a crazy take. That might be your craziest take of all time.
Packers, Chargers, Steelers, Lions, Texans.
Bucks. I'm nervous about the Giants and the Texans this week. One last quick thing. Thursday Night Football, first touchdown score or anytime touchdown score. Best bet in Thursday night. Falcons, Panthers. I like Mariota to run one in.
Scordell.
Scordell.
That's so chalky.
Yeah, the odds are going to be a little bad on that.
So chalky. They've been trying to target Kyle Pitts like a lot, and he is just either not open or he just drops it. Like
that's a good one too. Kyle Pitts, anytime touchdown scorer in that game.
They target him, and it's just like all for absolutely nothing.
I love how invested you are in Kyle Pitts. We gotta get you a Kyle Pitts jersey for sure.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Good luck this week. Thank you. And thank you everyone for watching.
Thanks, Case.